This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. At some time in everyone's life, they find themselves with debt. Sometimes it is a struggle, but this morning we have David Bethel that will give us some tips on how to get ourselves out of debt. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So unfortunately, I am one of those Americans that find myself in debt. So why do families contend with debt these days?
Well, you have to use credit today. Now, when I was growing up, my parents, my grandparents would say, if you can't afford to pay cash, you can't afford to buy it. That may have been sound advice 20, 30, 40 years ago, but it's not today. There are fewer and fewer transactions that occur with cash today. I still have the habit of keeping cash on me at all times, but many young people do not. Do you carry cash?
No, I don't. No, I can't remember the last time I had literally dollar bills in my wallet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a fairly common thing. So, in addition to being a cashless society, it's true that incomes are not keeping up. For a variety of reasons, middle-class Americans are falling behind on income. Just one generation ago, middle-class Americans ranked 4th in the world in income, and now we've dropped to 19th place.
wow.
So during the same generation, when the cost of a car or buying a home or getting a college education have skyrocketed,
Right.
our incomes are not keeping up. It makes it more and more difficult to save up the money and pay cash. Throw the fact that you get credit cards in the mail every day in on top of it, and it's no wonder that middle-class Americans carry the highest level of debt ever.
Right.
So with the high level of debt, there's a greater need for debt management.
So what is good debt management? How can we achieve that?
Well, good debt management means that you have access to credit when you need it, that you will pay a fair interest rate on the debt, that you make smart decisions when you're borrowing money, and you don't get overextended. And to do those things, you have to first establish and then maintain a good credit report.
Okay, now, obviously establishing a credit report can be very easy for some because you get a credit card, you pay the payments on it. But how do you establish a good report or a good credit report and then maintain it?
Yeah, you're right. You can start off with a credit card. The thing that I say is to start small. Think small, start small. Don't go out and try to borrow $100,000 for a mortgage when you're just out of college and trying to get started. But if you get one or two low-limit credit cards without a cosigner and you make the payments on time, you'll begin to build your score. And if you keep doing that, then there will be more and more lenders willing to loan you money.
All right, and what is the best way to go about to making a good decision when it comes to getting a loan?
Well, it's important to do your homework. There are loans that have much lower interest rate than others. Some kinds of interest are tax deductible, and that's a big benefit. Some kinds of loans are subsidized, and so that you're not paying all the interest yourself. And then other kinds of loans have special repayment terms that can be favorable. So you have to do your homework, you have to put in the effort, you have to find out what all the options are before you make the decision which kind of loan is best for me at this time.
All right. Now, what are some ways, I know that there's a lot of websites out there, what are some ways that you can monitor to make sure that your credit is good and that you're on top of it and that you aren't, slowly falling into really big debt?
Yeah, that is really important. You should check your credit reports on a regular basis. There are errors, there are mistakes that happen, they get on there and they can cause you to be denied credit. The one really, truly free place to go to get your credit reports is annualcreditreport.com.
Okay.
And they're free. There's 3 major reporting bureaus: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion.
Okay.
As long as you check each one of those once a year, so I think about every 4 months, you go to that site and you get one of those reports and take a look at it. You should be able to monitor it for any mistakes that could be on there.
All right. Well, Well, all very valid and important information. What we'll do is, of course, we'll post everything on our website at heartlandconnection.com, and we'll also link up David's website information as well if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you so much, David, for coming on.
You're very welcome.
And we'll be right back.